Shalom, this is Truth is Everlasting, the Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first, I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akins, to the women and children around the world in Pale Hebrew language. Kal, Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Rokah Kodash Mahamah, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit, holy, and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to the elders of Lion Dance Camp. Salutations to the Archons on the four corners of the earth. And to the women and children, Shalom. And Salaka if I stutter. Kind of tired tonight. Well, it was going to happen sooner or later, right? So, things are getting pretty bad with, how can I say it? With the paper money drying up. Okay? It says here, let me see if I can do this. Trump just gave your 401k to Wall Street. How you like that? Already signed. Hmm? He didn't ask permission, right? Just like when you have money in the bank, they don't ask permission when they do what they call bank holidays. They can make a bank holiday anytime they want, right? The title of this lesson is called "Do Not Trust the Wicked." I'm going to put a little bit of it, and then we go into scripture.
Keep telling you Trump just gave your life savings a better chance. The same access pensions had for 30 years. It's now opened up to the rest of America. But I think we've been lied to about what's actually inside the door he opened, and about who really benefits when Wall Street gets handed the keys to a $48 trillion vault. You know, most people don't know this, but Wall Street has a clearance bin. Kind of like the cardboard box at the back of the store with the stuff nobody wanted at full price. For 20 years, federal regulation kept that bin away from your life savings, that is most people's retirement account, for the most obvious reason: risk. Trump says, but they'll be rich. The people who wrote the rules said they'll go broke. Once your money goes in, you can't see what it's worth. There's no daily price, no transparent fees. And by the time you find out it's worth less or worth nothing, it's too late. It's already gone. Well, last August, the wall came down per the president's executive order. And the update here, just 5 weeks ago, the Department of Labor published a rule that implements the executive order. The comment period, the last day the public can formally object to the rule, that closes June 1st. That's less than 4 weeks from today. After that, it will be up to the Department of Labor and the courts as to whether or not these risky items get access to the $48 trillion vault that is the working man's 401k. Now, for some perspective, that's roughly the same value as every house, condo, and townhouse in the country combined. That's the prize. Wall Street wants it. I mean, they look at your retirement accounts the way a golden retriever looks at an unattended Thanksgiving turkey. And if you're thinking, a good thing I don't have a 401k, wait. The 2008 crash didn't ask whether you had a mortgage. It just took the housing market down with it. The dot-com crash didn't ask if you owned tech stocks. It just took the whole economy down with it. If something this big breaks, it doesn't break in a vacuum. It pulls everything around it down too. Your home value, your job, your social security, the bank holding your checking account. This matters. If this cracks, everyone gets hit. Now, if this was all happening on its own, like in one place, you could just write it off as policy. It's a new idea going through the normal channels to be determined whether it's going to pass or not. I mean, it's everyday happenings in DC. But it didn't happen in one place. Apollo, Blackstone, Ayers, KKR, and BlackRock, 5 firms, before the rule was published, had already cut deals with the gatekeepers who decide what gets stocked in that bin. They didn't wait. They know something. They're not betting the rule will pass. They're acting like it already did. Act now, paperwork later. That's not how regulated industries normally behave. So the theory is, when 5 competitors move in the same direction at the same time, that's not market enthusiasm. That's a coordinated project to capture that prize before anyone else has a chance. But here's what almost nobody's connecting. The last time Wall Street did this, when too many investors tried to pull their money out of Blackstone's biggest fund at the same time, Blackstone capped withdrawals. They rationed investors' money. So if you wanted to withdraw $100,000 of your money, you only got 25 of it. You had to wait in line for the rest. That rationing lasted 15 months. I mean, we're talking sophisticated investors, people with accountants and lawyers. They couldn't get to their own money for over a year. Now, picture that same gate closing on a 71-year-old who just wants to pay her dental bill. That's not a market correction. That's a hostage negotiation. So here's what's coming. I'm going to show you what they're stuffing in the discount bin, what these things actually are. And I'm going to show you why Wall Street is moving on this so fast they couldn't even wait for the rule to be legal. And then I'm going to show you the two moves that put you on the other side of the gate before it closes.
This little guy, this is why your
Look,
eyes
I
are
don't
red,
control you on
your face
YouTube.
is puffy, and your belly looks 6 months pregnant by
Closes. And some of you already have one of them. You probably don't even realize it yet. And look, you did everything right. You contributed every paycheck. You stayed in long enough. The market did what the market does, and it went up over time. I mean, sure, depending on when you retired, the timing wasn't always kind, but for the most part, you got what was promised. That's the whole deal. You took the risk you were told to take, no more, no less. Well, the deal just changed, and nobody asked you. The clearance bin is now a part of the plan. So let's unbox it.
Let me stop it there because he wants to come out that he has a solution. But the truth is that this wicked kingdom is going down. Okay? So there's no solution that any human flesh, gonna have to solve the problem that's created by the wicked. The only solution is Yahushua coming back and removing this wicked kingdom from the face of the earth. I want to go to Psalm chapter 37, verse 1. And it says it clearly, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the work of iniquity." Don't envy them. Don't say to yourself, "I want to be like them." Let me do what they're doing so I can be, in their group, so they can accept me. They will never accept us. Okay? They will only pretend, right? Now, of course, we still have to work. At this time, things are going to get worse. And when things get worse, that's it. Right? There's going to be no jobs. We're going to have to go back to what was in the 1900s, right? Where people will have to start becoming self-sufficient, even though that's not what they want, right? And those who have been doing the work of Yahweh Shah put their faith and trust in Him. Then we go to Proverbs. Oh wait, Slakia. Verse 2. "For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb." Verse 3. "Trust in Yahweh and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed." Okay? So, they're doing all this because they want to bring America down. Okay? They want people to get on their knees and say, "We're nothing without you, Edomites." Verse 4. "Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and He shall give thee the desire of thy heart, of thy mind." Verse 5. "Commit thy ways unto Yahweh, and trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass." Yeah. This wickedness is not going to keep going forever. Okay? It is coming to an end. Now I go to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 1. "Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. And that's what they are really doing, right? They're bringing everything down so that way they want to force everyone to come to them for all things. And to also, when they bring the mandate of the MOTV, right? The charagma, the chip. Verse 2, for their heart, their mind study destruction, and their lips talks of mischief. See? So, they just, looking for ways to move the sheep in their direction only. Right? Not to put your trust in Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negros, Latino-Americans, and speckled birds. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in Yahweh Shai with all thy heart, with all thy mind, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Verse 7, be not wise in thy own eyes, fear Yahweh Shai, and depart from evil. And that's what we got to be looking and praying, getting ourselves ready, because it's going to get, more and more wicked as the end of this wicked kingdom gets closer, right? Because they need our people to be chipped. So then that way they can turn them into cyborgs. So when Yahweh Shai comes back with the host of angels, the army of angels, those who are chipped can go and fight, while the Edomites go and hide in their bunkers. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said Yahweh Shai, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and makes flesh his arm. Wow. Whose heart, his mind, depart from Yahweh Shai. It's making it clear, talking to our people, right? Don't go in the direction that the wicked is demanding, right? So we're going to need Yahweh Shai because, the wicked is closing things down, getting things ready to unleash the second shutdown. Song, back to Song chapter 37, verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself, Slakia, like a green bay tree. Verse 36. Yea, he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. And it's going to come to a point, sooner than later, when Yahushua comes back and removes all the Edomites that are in power. You will not find them no more in high positions. No more. And this kingdom will be removed from the face of the earth. Thus says Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. Let's go to, I'll leave it with Proverbs, keeping it short. Verse 20, chapter 26, verse 24. He that hates assembles with his lips and lies up deceit within him. Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. Right? He's setting up the middle class and the poor. That's all he's doing. Verse 26. Who hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. And the whole world knows that when they are talking and their lips are moving, they are always lying. You see? Well, I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.